Hi, I'm Brian Doyle, and this is the Happy Egg Washer. At the beginning of this semester, we were approached by Pete and Jen's backyard birds to help them expand their business. They were running into a problem. They could not clean all of their eggs in a quick enough amount of time. Currently, they were washing their eggs by hand and letting them air dry. And if they increased the number of chickens at their farm, they simply wouldn't be able to clean all of their eggs. We talked to several other farms from the area and realized that this was a much more extensive problem than we initially realized. In our research, we determined that there are 140,000 such farms in the United States alone, each with less than 3,000 chickens, and that there was a large need for a product that could clean these eggs quickly. That's where our product comes in. It addresses needs that are not specifically met by any other product on the market. The Happy Egg Washer can wash 800 eggs in a single hour and dry them. It is very easy to set up in a basement or in an outhouse, as it only attaches to a faucet or a hose, and it can also be plugged into a 120-volt wall outlet. Grace is now going to talk about some of the technical aspects of our project.
Thanks, Brian. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of the kind of technical features of our design, and Brian's going to demonstrate how you might actually use the egg washer. So the first step in using the Happy Egg Washer is to load the eggs into our custom-designed tray. The tray is specially shaped so that the eggs are held in place to prevent breaking, and also are allowed to move around slightly so that they can be cleaned on all of their surfaces. So Brian's now going to load the tray into the machine. There are down sliders on the inside of the machine, which lock the tray in place, preventing any unwanted vibration during the wash cycle. And we're going to start the wash cycle itself in a few seconds, and we do this by using a very simple user interface on the side of the egg washer. It allows the user to start and stop both the washing and drying cycles, and also to choose between a heavy-duty wash cycle for very dirty eggs, which is twice as long as normal, and a light-duty for not-so-dirty eggs. So Brian's going to start the washer now. So as you can see, the LED screen is starting to count down the time. What's happening now is that a solenoid valve inside the machine is starting to spray water all over the eggs to loosen the dirt a little bit. And two cylindrical brushes parked at the back of the machine are now translating forward above and below the egg and spinning over the egg as they do that. What this actually does, we discovered, is that the bottom stiffer brush rotates the egg, making it spin on its axis, while the upper softer brush actually scrapes the dirt off the egg as all the surfaces are turned towards it. So in case you can't actually see what's happening from our demo right now, here's a picture of a lab test earlier. You see the brushes are coming towards the eggs. Yep, and the eggs you can see just starting to spin slightly there. And right about now, the brushes are going to kick back and clean the eggs. So this is all driven by an automation system, which is one motor connected to each brush, and these brushes are driven on a pulley system from both ends to prevent torsion by a motor at the back of the machine. The brushes are made of non-absorbent nylon, which means they won't absorb bacteria, but you will need to clean them because eggs get kind of dirty, so they're designed to be easily removable. Now Brian's going to stop the cycle. This is a safety feature of the device in case a user should accidentally try to open the wash cycle while it's running. We have everything automatically stop to prevent grievous bodily harm and nasty, dirty egg water splashing in your face. So normally what we do is we'd close the drawer and push the start button and resume as normal, but what Brian just did was to send the brushes back to the end of the egg washer by pressing the stop button so that he can safely take out the egg tray and put it into the drying compartment. As you can see, we've got a two-compartment system, which is great for Brian because once he's put his eggs in the drying compartment, he could potentially put a new set of eggs in the washing compartment and continue going on in parallel. This means that he can dry and wash twice as many eggs as he would if it was a one-compartment system. So the drying compartment itself is basically 4 fans mounted on the top of the machine, suck air down, pass through the eggs, and vent out the sides and through a hole in the middle. This basically pushes all the water down to the bottom of the egg. And this created a bit of a problem for us during testing at first, because however long or hard you run that fan cycle, there will always still be this tiny drop of water at the bottom of the egg because it's kind of a dead space where no air actually rushes past. The solution we designed for this is just a very simple roller at the top of the machine, which as the user pulls out the egg tray, as they would normally do, the eggs go over the absorbent roller, and the absorbent roller just takes off that little drop of water to make sure the eggs are completely dry. Obviously, they aren't in this case because we didn't run the fan cycle, but I'm sure you can use your imaginations. It would be very noisy if we did. So I'm going to hand over to Ian, who is going to talk a little bit about the market for this product.
Thanks, Grace. Let's talk business. So there are several egg washing products on the market today, but we feel that none of these effectively cater to the needs of the small farms which we have defined earlier. A couple of our competitors are pictured here. The first is the Cool Egg Washer. It soaks the eggs in a soap-water mixture. This is suboptimal because soaking the eggs allows for bacteria and fluids to enter the eggshell, which is an absorbent substance. The second product here is the Clean Egg Washer, and it's large. We feel that it's far too large. It cleans eggs with warm water. It sometimes even cooks the eggs, and it's also expensive at $7,000. We foresee farmers coming to us and purchasing our product for $4,000. What differentiates our product is that it uses less water, no soap, and it also incorporates this drying element along with the washing element. So a component of our business plan is to license out our technology, our designs, which include our custom-made brushes, our tray, and this egg washer, to a single egg washer producing manufacturer. This will allow them to expand their market, and it will allow us to avoid large initial capital fees associated with production. We anticipate initial costs of $100,000, which include legal fees and patents. For revenue, we plan on having royalty costs of $240 per unit sold, and we also have an upfront fee to our licensee of $100,000 to cover our upfront cost. We anticipate a potential buyout of our company over 5 years, pending a gradual increase in demand and expansion of the Happy Egg Washer. So our sales forecast, we anticipated a 1% market penetration initially. We mentioned our market is 140,000 egg farms, so that's 1,400 units sold in the first year. We assumed 20% expansion in years 2 and 3 and 10% expansion in year 4. This leads me to our projected net income and valuation over our first 4 years of operation. We assumed a discount rate of 30%, which is high because this is a relatively new venture. We also assumed a target price of $4,000 to the farmer and a unit cost of $1,000, which is actually conservative based on our analysis, which concluded that it's actually going to be more on the order of about $600. Our net present value, thus, is slightly over $1 million. And this concludes the formal part of our presentation. Finally, we'd like to thank everybody who made the Happy Egg Washer possible.